Do you remember when Donald Trump said he would declassify everything about 9/11, JFK, and especially Jeffrey Epstein? The names, the flight logs, the whole truth?
If you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no to these. Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would
I
you,
did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know it. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world.
Yeah, that's the sound of a man who's about as eager to declassify those files as he is to release his tax returns. But fast forward to February 26th, and suddenly Attorney General Pam Bondi was out here acting like she was about to drop the biggest scandal of the century.
Breaking news right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being released by my office.
What kind? Are we going to see who was on the flights? Are we going to see any evidence from what he recorded? Because he had all of his homes wired with recording devices.
Yeah, what you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information. But it's pretty sick what that man did.
Okay, well, we'll
along
look for
with his
that.
co-defendant.
Absolutely, and he had help.
But instead of getting the full truth, what did we get? A bunch of MAGA influencers grinning for the camera holding binders labeled The Epstein Files, Phase 1. Now, for weeks, the Trump world was hyping up the release of these new Epstein documents, Pam Bondi going on to Fox News promising that the truth would come out. They claimed this would expose the elites and shake up the political world. But instead, the DOJ released a bunch of files that were already public. This wasn't some deep state reveal, it was a glorified Google search result. And if you think MAGA took this well, think again. Pam Bondi's big reveal was supposed to contain never-before-seen flight logs and lists of powerful people connected to Epstein. Instead, we got highly redacted documents and an old address book. Even Trump's allies were pissed. Representative Anna Paulina Luna, who leads MAGA's Transparency Task Force, said, "I nor the task force were given or reviewed the Epstein documents being released today. A New York Post story just revealed that the documents will simply be Epstein's phone book. This is not what we or the American people asked for, and a complete disappointment. Get us the information we asked for." Laura Loomer, who would sell a kidney to get inside Trump's inner circle, was so mad that she tweeted, "I think Pam Bondi should resign." She has embarrassed the Trump administration by failing to release Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the Epstein Files. The Epstein Files are child porn. Is she going to publish child porn? No, she is not, because you can't do that. She should stop lying and resign. We will never be seeing child porn published to the public. Wake up, the files are on DVDs and videos because Epstein had all of his properties wired with cameras. And influencers continue to turn on Bondi. Sarah Fields tweeted, "I believe this is called gaslighting." In an interview yesterday, Pam Bondi implied that she had already seen what was to be released and discussed it. Then today, she expressed outrage that what was supposed to be included was not there. And it wasn't just MAGA flipping out. Democrats, including Representative Eric Swalwell and Jared Moskowitz, came after the Trump administration for this publicity stunt. Eric Swalwell tweeted, "You were promised the full Epstein files. You got this," along with an image of a fully redacted document. Moskowitz even joked that this was the first time in history that the left and right agreed on something.
Today was not a good day, actually, for the administration, if you're looking at a couple of things that happened today. One was this Tate thing that happened today. The other was this question about, do you regret calling him a dictator? And he was like, did I say that? Right? And the other thing was, if you look at the traffic online over the Epstein release, I have never seen the left and the right come together in a moment on the debacle of what the Epstein.
I don't know what you guys are talking about or something.
So what does a Trump lackey do when they get caught overhyping garbage? Well, they blame the deep state, of course. Bondi immediately pointed fingers at the FBI, claiming they were holding the real Epstein documents hostage. She even wrote a letter demanding the FBI hand over the full and complete Epstein files within 24 hours. So let me get this straight. Bondi originally claimed that she had the files on her desk and they were sickening, but now she's blaming the FBI for her not having all of the files?
Right.
Also, it's been over 24 hours and we have yet to see any other phases with the Epstein files. But here's the problem with this narrative. Bondi and the DOJ have already released what they had. This wasn't some secret FBI cover-up. This was them flopping hard. But let's be real, Trump's team never wanted the real Epstein files out. Why? Well, because if the full client list was released, Trump's name would likely be all over it. I mean, he is all over the flight logs. Trump and Epstein weren't just acquaintances, they were friends. Trump himself said that Epstein liked them young. If you work in front of a desk like I do, I often find myself discouraged that I spent another day sitting for long periods of time. I seriously thought this would be a lasting problem until I found Uplift Desk. Uplift Desk is at the forefront of ergonomic solutions, promoting better posture and health through adjustable standing desks designed to help you live a healthier lifestyle. Plus, they have all kinds of accessories to keep you moving throughout the day, even if you work for only a few hours at your desk. I love the Bamboo Motion X board. It gets me on my feet and helps boost my energy while improving circulation. Standing while I work gives me the room to move and helps me get the creative juices flowing. Moving throughout the day helps me focus and stay productive. I'm way more alert when I'm using my standing desk, and I have more energy. A 45-degree bend in your neck can result in up to 50 pounds of gravitational force being placed on your neck muscles. The option to move while I work promotes better circulation, which can reduce all types of different health risks and repetitive strains. I love how much customization you can do with the Uplift Desk. With over 200,000 configurations available, you can design your workspace to perfectly match your style and needs, creating an environment that fuels both productivity and creativity. Make this year yours by going to upliftdesk.com/Gabe and use our code Gabe to get 4 free accessories, free day shipping, free returns, and an industry-leading 15-year warranty that covers your entire desk and an extra discount off your entire order. That's upliftdesk.com/Gabe for a special offer, and it's only available at our link. Start 2025 right. Stand, move, thrive with Uplift Desk. If MAGA actually cared about exposing Epstein's network, they'd start with Trump's own administration.
You weren't ever on Jeffrey Epstein's jet, were you?
I was on Jeffrey Epstein's jet 2 times. I was on it in 1993, and I was on it and I went to Florida with my wife and 2 children to visit my mom over Easter. My wife had some kind of relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell.
That doesn't sound shady at all.
I mean, I knew Harvey Weinstein. I knew Roger Ailes. I knew O.J. Simpson came to my house. Bill Cosby came to my house.
Yikes.
But instead of addressing any of this, the Trump world turned the Epstein Files into just another grift. A total of 15 influencers were on hand for the meeting. Conspiracy promoter Jack Posobiec, election denier Scott Presler, Rogan O'Hanley, and Chaya Raichik, the people behind the accounts DC Drano and Libs of TikTok. They were posing with binders full of Epstein documents like they had just been given the nuclear codes. And because irony is dead, the cover of the binder says, "The most transparent administration in history."
Sure, Jan.
Because nothing screams transparency like a bunch of influencers grinning while hoarding documents about sex crimes.
I saw y'all on the internet coming for Kash Patel saying he's day 5 and we haven't gotten the Epstein Files. Well, I'm here outside the West Wing and look at what we got today. The Epstein Files, baby. Let's make America safe again.
Loomer tweeted, "I'm told the organizers of the event at the White House yesterday have told all of the influencers involved to post selfie videos denying Pam Bondi's involvement and to claim they all had no idea they were getting binders. Everything is so scripted. Pam is the one who handed them the binders and strutted into the meeting to make a big deal about the binders. When your own cult turns on you, you know you messed up. But if you thought the MAGA influencer grift stopped there, you'd be wrong." One of the Trump-friendly figures invited to the White House and given an Epstein binder was Jessica Reed Krause, a self-described independent journalist with access to Mar-a-Lago. After receiving her binder, Krause bragged on Instagram that she had earned it.
This came as a big surprise. I do feel like I am someone who earned this binder, but here's the bigger story. Because it's true, a lot of what's in here is, old news.
Then things got worse. Screenshots surfaced of Krause wearing a free Ghislaine shirt. Yes, as in Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's convicted accomplice who helped groom children for abuse. But I guess if you remember that Trump extended well wishes to the sex trafficker, Krause being there makes a lot of sense.
Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and a lot of people want to know if she's going to turn in powerful people. And I know you've talked in the past about Prince Andrew, and you've criticized Bill Clinton's behavior. I'm wondering, do you feel that she's going to turn in powerful men? How do you see that working out?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it too much. I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well, whatever it is. I don't know the situation with Prince Andrew. Just don't know. Not aware of it.
You sure about that?
And if you think this made her unqualified for elite access, you'd be wrong again. She posted a photo of herself inside the Oval Office posing with Trump, J.D. Vance, and RFK Jr. And then she was later seen holding the Epstein binder while wearing a Trump was right about everything hat. Honestly, at this point, I have to ask, does the Trump administration even vet people? You have to understand, this was never about exposing Epstein's network. This was about Trump pretending that he was the one revealing the truth while burying it at the same time. Pam Bondi hyped up the Epstein files, they turned out to be useless, and now both the left and MAGA are calling her a fraud. Meanwhile, the real question, who were Epstein's clients, still hasn't been answered.
I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others. Certainly about the way he died. It would be interesting to find out what happened there, because that was a weird situation and the cameras didn't happen to be working, etc., etc.
Shows like What Was That exist because of viewers like you. With billionaires controlling the media and misinformation spreading everywhere, supporting real reporting matters now more than ever. For more episodes, articles, and exclusive breakdowns, head to whatwasthat.show. And if you prefer to listen on the go, What Was That is also available as a podcast on all major platforms, Apple, Spotify, you name it. Until next time, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?